is the fact that you took artistically so much inspiration from Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. But then I thought about it and I was like, wait a second. I was like 10 when that film came out. Halsey's like pretty young. And then I was like, you were 2 years old when that movie came out, dude.
Yes, I was. That movie is as old as I am, essentially.
Because for me, that movie came out and then when I got onto it, that was like just as puberty was starting. So I was like,
Leo.
What are these feelings? Leo was like my first like, what is going on? Like, do I need to talk to my mom about like the feelings I'm having? And it was like a huge thing for me. And like we watched it over and over again. And it's not just like, it's like crack for your eyes, that film, but also like, you know, your heart, and it's everything in there. When did you discover this? Because you were 2.
Yeah, well, so I watched it a bunch like in my adolescence, but it didn't resonate with me until I had my first love.
Yeah.
So I had my first love, and which is such a funny thing to say because it is so reflective of the place in my life I'm at now. Because the person that I am right now and the person that I was when I was in that relationship, like the difference is so crazy. Because like for me, dating this person, I was like 19, 20, 21, you know, it was like a 3-year relationship. And I was like, welp, I have my career, I have my boyfriend, I have everything figured out. This is my whole life. Everything is decided. And then we broke up and I had to make a second album and I was like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What's going on? Everything that I knew. Like, I think I think as my life changed, as I transitioned, as I moved 3,000 miles away from home, suddenly am like famous, you know what I mean? Like all this stuff.
You're famous.
Okay, well, you know what I mean? Famous.
that.
Like, all this stuff is happening to me, and like I think I attached myself to that like stability, but I did way too much. It was so toxic. I was like, okay, everything I am is everything we are together. Like, you know. So then,
that's why I got this tattoo. I am dot.
Yes.
It's not like I am someone else's or I'm not my job. I am just like if it's just me and I have nothing and I like that's got to be enough. Or you're stuffed.
I 1,000% completely like relate to that. Before I wrote my first album ever, I wrote an EP, and there's a song on my EP called Hurricane, and the hook is I'm a wanderess, I'm a one night stand, don't belong to no city, don't belong to no man, I'm the violence and the pouring rain, I'm a hurricane. And when I was 19, like I was fearless. I was invincible. No one could tie me down. No one could tell me what to do. I was like, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm this like, you know, coming into my womanhood. I'm like, I'm a woman.
I've lived. I've seen some stuff.
Exactly. So then I meet this guy and I just shrink. I'm like, I'll be whatever you want me to be. If I'm too, and you know, I'm loud and I'm big. I take up a lot of space in a room, and I know that about myself. And like you know, it's partially my upbringing, partially my career, partially just me being that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this person just didn't like that. Wanted me to be smaller. Wanted me to take less space, be quieter. And I was literally killing off parts of myself for this person. So, you know, we're going through this breakup. I'm watching Romeo and Juliet because I just decided to put it on one day, and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my God, this means so much more to me now, because I feel like I literally would have died for this person. And in a way I did. I let that hurricane girl, she died. Like I was ready to kill her off. So when I made Hopeless Found Kingdom, I had to go back and resurrect her and be like, you're still that woman. Like you are still powerful, and you are still like, just because this person has touched your body doesn't mean that they've changed you. That's not fair. Like no one else knows the things that you've seen. They don't know the stages your body has walked, the countries you've been in, the pain that you've been through, like all the things that I've gone through in the past couple of years. Like I own that. That is not that man's. Like that belongs to me, and I needed to kind of like take that back. And so in writing this like Romeo and Juliet story, I was like, well, what if she chose her? What if, you know, it came down to it and she was like, they were like, you know, well, we need to die for each other. And she was like, that.
I got a living to do.
You're like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're cute. Like, you're Leonardo DiCaprio, but like, I choose me.
Yeah, we all know what Leonardo DiCaprio looks like now. Like, we have that hindsight.
I still love him.
I still would. What are we talking about?
No, 100%. Just on the record.
He's a big fan of the show. He is watching.
Oh, damn. Okay. And on that note, I totally meant what I said. But yeah, I mean, it was that, I think, is watching it and having it resonate in that way. And so I did what any other 22-year-old girl going through a breakup would do, and I called Baz Luhrmann.
Obviously, that's what I did.
That's what everyone does.
You can call me back.
Through a breakup. We got brunch and we talked about it, and we talked.
What does Baz Luhrmann have for brunch? I imagine he has like a Buddha bowl or something.
I think we split like a burrata and had like a coffee and like some toast. But yeah, it was very posh actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, and he's so cool. There's this air of like,
Right.
he just has seen things, and he's just like smarter and cooler.
He's
than
like
you.
something out of Alice in Wonderland or something.
for sure.
Like a
He's
character.
like, yeah, he just has this like essence, you know. And I'm sitting there like hanging on to every word he's saying. I'm like, yes, tell me more, please. But also kind of trying to be like, hey, I'm gonna write a record about your movie. Is that okay? Like, can I do that? And he was really, really cool about it. And we talked about the language of film and the language of music, and how like it's not all that different in the sense that there's only so many human conditions, you know? And as an artist, you have a responsibility to talk about your own experiences, but in a way that's kind of like universal. Yeah. It's like reinventing a very commonly revisited thing. And who does that better than Baz Luhrmann, who literally recreates classic stories in his own perspective, you know? So for me, it was like, well, that's how I should approach my album, is the way he approaches his movies. It's like, this has been done before, but he's going to do it his way.
And good on you having the guts to be like, yeah, I'm going to have brunch with Baz Luhrmann.
How about having the guts to be like, I'm gonna reinvent the greatest love story of all time. Like sometimes I'm like, wow, you really had the balls to do that, Ash. Like you really did that. Me, Ash, not you, Ash.
I haven't done it. Ash, legends. Yeah. Well, Ash, it was a pleasure chatting to you today.
Thanks,
you are
Ash.
something else. And good on you for coming along and being honest and giving me something, you know, meeting me there, man. I put it out there. You picked it up.
Only for another Ash.
Exactly. If my name was Hannah.
If you were Hannah, this wouldn't have gone very well.
Nope. We were 10 minutes ago. You would have been like, hey.
Hey. Anyway.
Which does happen sometimes. You don't even get like eye contact and you're like,
hi, I'm here.